Well, I guess history is about to change. Hey guys, DB right here, and today I am back starting a brand new What If, and this is actually kind of interesting. I sort of came up with the idea when I saw this bit of fan art that's been going around, and I thought, why not actually make a what if out of this? And that is, what if Videl was in the future Trunks timeline? Now, as we all know the main story of future Trunks. Android showing up, killing everybody, and a huge time skip where Gohan is in his 20s and he's battling androids, and well, we all know how that played out anyway. However, what about this huge time skip? What if at some point we actually bring Videl into the story? And that is exactly what we are doing today. Our story begins exactly as it does in the History of Trunks movie special, with the sudden passing of Son Goku, who has fallen victim to a lethal heart virus. And well, the Dragon Team, all distraught and grieving in their own way, well, as we all know, they didn't see what happens next coming. Suddenly, an evil duo of mechanical androids suddenly attack South City, attacking for no really apparent reason. They just showed up and started killing people left and right, destroying buildings, public property, and killing every last man, woman, and child in the city. And only the Dragon Team were there to oppose them. And well, we all know how that ended, with all of them essentially being wiped out by Android 17 and 18. We are keeping at least that part of the story the same, where pretty much Gohan is led to be believed to be the only survivor. And well, as the years go on for Gohan between their big time skip, after the loss of Krillin and Piccolo, Gohan reaches and breaks the Super Saiyan barrier. And well, despite his mother's objections, he keeps going around trying to continue his training as much as he can and trying to foil the androids' plans, challenging them time and time again, and of course helping evacuating people from the cities and, helping them keep safe, and, with Bulma, sheltering them under bunkers and things like that. Whether or not that's actually canon or that was just filler for Dragon Ball Z, I don't know, but we're going to go with that. Well, one day, Orange City is then attacked, and Gohan, he's about the age he was when he defeats Cell in the main timeline. And well, he runs into this young group of kids and older gentleman. That would be Sharpner, Videl, the other girl, and of course, Hercule Satan. And well, Gohan is challenging challenging the evil duo and doing his best to stop them from laying waste to the entire city. It's not going so well for Gohan like it normally does. Gohan, so you're come back for more. Maybe this time we'll actually finish you off. And well, they keep fighting with Gohan not really engaging much on wordplay. He's just doing his best to power through, but both the androids, as always, prove to be a little bit too much for him, and it does actually seem that we are going to lose Gohan earlier than we do in the actual Future Trunks storyline, except Videl actually manages a surprise kick to one of the androids, knocking him, sending 17, through a building, and, well, with 18 being distracted and tending to her brother, they use that opportunity to slip away, and Gohan's pretty much introduced to her, as well as Hercule Satan and the other two. And Videl's giving Gohan this big lecture about, are you crazy? You can't just go challenging the androids like that. They're superpowered beings. And, clearly she didn't really see much of what Gohan was actually doing and keeping up with him, but hey, anyway. Yeah, I'll try to be a bit more careful next time, I guess. You guess? You will. As it says, better listen, you better listen to her, buddy. After all, you don't have the champ here to take him down with you. Yes, the 24th Tenkaichi Budokai has indeed happened before the, before the Cell Saga from the main timeline, so Mr. Hercule was still the world champion at the time. And, he's doing his usual antics to, not challenge the androids. And, well, they do manage to, slip away, and Gohan, of course, revealing who he is, and, well, everyone knows of Goku, and, well, that he had a son named Gohan, so that cat is pretty much out the bag, pretty much right then and there, and, Hercule said, so you consider yourself a pretty good martial artist, eh? Well, I don't think we have anything to worry about. Surely you can handle those androids, right, buddy? And Gohan just sort of, I'll do my very best. And, well, not long after, they are actually found again by the deadly androids, and pretty much Sharpener is killed right there, then and there on the spot, while Mr. Satan, Videl are running along with Gohan. Oh yeah, and the other one died with Sharpener as well. And, well, at this point, Mr. Satan actually does something pretty heroic here. Basically looking at Gohan and just says, you take care of my baby girl, you understand? Or I will haunt you for the rest of your days. He takes out a sidearm and starts firing shots at Android 1718, who are quickly closing in, and Mr. Satan basically running off as much as he can. Well, the androids basically have a lot of fun, torturing him before they kill him, while Gohan and Videl escape, and Gohan takes Videl over to Capsule Corp, and where her wounds are all healed up and everything. And, little Trunks still pretty young at the time. He's still an infant, so she's introduced to Trunks pretty early on. And with that, they actually, Gohan and Videl actually form a bit of a bond, babysitting Trunks, and, well, Videl insisting that Gohan allow her to train under him so she can avenge her father and her friends who were wiped out by the androids. And throughout the years, they began training and kept training, and, well, they actually do form a sort of a bond over each other. Dare I say, becoming lovers just like they do in the main timeline, eventually. And as we know, Videl is one girl you do not mess with. And, well, as for battling the androids, now that we're actually heading more into the Future Trunks, History of Future Trunks storyline, Videl is actually proving to be pretty handy in for Gohan, while Gohan's battling with the androids, Videl is actually more or less focused on getting as many people out of the city as she can. How are they actually getting everyone out of here? Well, I'm actually going to bring in an old trick that I used during my What If King Piccolo 1 What If. They're storing people into vehicles, planes, and things that she got from Capsule Corp, and storing those planes where the people are on board into dino caps and flying off and then, releasing them once they're in Capsule Corp. A very clever way to hide an evacuation in your pocket. And well, after she's done that and everyone's in dino caps, she would assist Gohan in battling and making sure Gohan didn't get himself too injured. And I think this is actually a pretty cool way to tie in how Gohan was able to stay alive all these years into the History of Trunks storyline. And well, as time goes by with months of doing that, and they actually do manage to save quite a fair bit of people. Meanwhile, Bulma's working on her time machine. Suddenly, there seems to be something a little wrong with Videl. She's feeling sick in the mornings, and eating a lot. Yes, Videl is pregnant. Videl is pregnant with a quarter Saiyan child of Gohan. And from this point on, Gohan decides he's not going to risk Videl and her future son or daughter's health. So she's pretty much left out of the action at this point, while the events of the History of Trunks play out pretty much exactly as per normal, with Gohan ultimately being wiped out by the androids and Trunks becoming a Super Saiyan himself. And well, meanwhile, when we get to that next little bit of time gap where before Trunks' final battle with the androids, Videl and her daughter, who is about now 4 years old herself, little Pan is now into the picture, and Trunks has taken upon himself to train her in between, trying to stop the androids, and Pan, who was basically able to fly ever since she was born. This is Gohan's kid after all. If Gohan's latent potential was tremendous, no doubt Pan's would be even greater. However, this is where things begin to continue off into the main story, because Trunks does indeed challenge the androids one final time, like he does in the original special, and ultimately loses and decides he's going to take the time machine and give the antidote to Goku, and the whole events of Dragon Ball Z in the main timeline play out as per normal. But then Trunks gets back and he's all powered up, and of course he avenges everyone's death by taking out the androids, just like he does. And of course, the rebuilding is underway, and Cell is beginning to run around, and of course Trunks had to basically just sit back and wait for him, and he takes him out too, like he does in the original anime. And well, with that, Earth begins entering a new era of peace, and the buildings are rebuilt, and meanwhile, Trunks and Pan are still training in order to be ready for the next fight. Videl also joins them for training. After all, she is a pretty formidable fighter herself, and she can keep an eye on her daughter, and be able to intervene, if things really get hairy at some point in the future. And I think that does eventually power up to Super Saiyan Grade 2 and defeats the androids in his timeline. Alright, and this is where pretty much we left things off with the rebuilt of the cities the androids wrecked, and Pan has now more or less crossed over into her... She's about 11, 12, so not quite in her teenage years, but not but pretty close, and she's developed a little bit of a crush on Trunks. After all, well, who can blame her? Anyways, the whole battle, Majin Buu and Babidi and Dabura show up just like they do, as Trunks explains in the Goku Black arc, when he tells the Dragon Team what's been going on with him. And well, with that, the whole battle between them pretty much plays off even easier than how Trunks explains it, because you got the addition of Pan as well, and they're able to stop Majin Buu from getting energy, and ultimately Master Shin's able to destroy the egg, and well, Trunks and Pan pretty much did away with Dabura and Babidi, no problem. So this time, nothing got any worse for the human race or anything in that era, and we're getting to the point where the human race more or less repopulates in the story, and a few more years pass, and Pan is in her teenage years, and I don't know, I guess Trunks had more or less been approaching his late 20s into his early 30s. He was 17 during the Cell game, so yeah, he'd be close to his 30s, I reckon, by now, if not late 20s. Alright, so with that, we now head into the events of the Goku Black arc. And Goku Black has shown up just like he does in the original, laying waste to all mortals he sees. After all, universe is better off. No mortal life at all. We'll just get rid of it all and everything like that. And of course, his attention is more or less with punishing Trunks. Time machine, breaking the rules of time travel. Goku Black, of course, revealing to be Zamasu, who was a former Supreme Kai in training. Yeah, he's especially keen in taking down that half Saiyan filth Trunks who dare meddled with time. And well, a lot of that, the beginning pretty much plays out per normal, with the addition of Videl and Pan able to help with evacuation efforts, but pretty much like the androids all over again. And Pan able to assist Trunks pretty well in battles with Goku Black. So for the most part, Trunks and Pan end up escaping those battles pretty much unscathed. However, they can tell they're not strong enough to deal with this threat alone, so once again, they're going to have to use the time machine in order to So with that, they of course meet Future Mai, and Trunks is completely smitten with her, which Pan doesn't really like that too much, but she's sort of, accepting with it. And well, the rest of the beginning of the Goku Black arc plays out pretty much as per normal, with the assistance of Pan providing distraction while Trunks gets his hands on Bulma's time-traveling fuel. However, just like in the original, Goku Black destroys Capsule Corp and kills future Bulma, and this pretty much upsetting everyone present, and Pan is actually able to cross over into Super Saiyan during all this, and well, in fact, she's pushing up to grade 2 pretty much herself at this point. Quite the rage boost from this. And well, with that, they're able to, Pan and Trunks basically enter the time machine and use it to travel back in time. Meanwhile, Future Mai basically takes that big hit just like in the original, but Trunks is relieved because he sees Videl come in and swoop Mai off to safety. So he's relieved at this point, and you got future Trunks and Pan traveling back in time this time. And well, this is where things really begin to differ in the story, because now they are greeted by the Dragon Team and having to explain this. Beerus not happy about all this at all. Meddling with time is a federal offense. I ought to destroy you right here and now. And Bulma, getting into his ear like she normally does. It's not like anyone told us the rules or anything. We're humans. We're scientists. Surely you should have known this was going to happen sooner or later. And well, yeah, pretty hilarious dialogue here, and everyone's wondering who this other person is. And well, since this is the this time travel does work on the multiverse, as we know. It's not like telling them's going to affect history, and especially since Pan is born in this timeline as well. Well, this is future Pan. Everyone gets to meet future Pan. Goku gets to meet an adult version of his granddaughter, and while they're figuring out a plan to deal with this whole Goku Black thing, Goku's happy to go a few sparring rounds with Pan. And he's actually quite impressed with the power and promise that his granddaughter has shown. Wow, I hope our Pan can get as strong as you someday. This is exciting. And well, with that, they do attempt to go into the future and help out, like they do in the original. But that more or less goes the same way. Even the addition of Pan helping out doesn't really help out much, and they're left to go back in time once again, and having Goku and Vegeta having to flee, and well, yeah, they're gonna need to come up with something else to deal with not only Goku Black but now an immortal Zamasu, and well, this is where Goku runs off to Roshi to learn the Mafaba, and well, after Trunks and Vegeta have their training session, Vegeta gives him that whole talking to, you've got to be ready for the next threat. You can't just stop training and slow down. You've got to be ready for the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. Vegeta's little speech as he's beating the future version of his son to a pulp. Well, pretty much. Although Vegeta, in his own way, was just proving a point. And well, Gohan is indeed reunited with future Trunks as well, and for the first time, future Pan, gets to see her father. Remember, Videl was only just pregnant with Pan when Gohan was killed by the androids in this timeline. So Pan never got to see her father. She's seen pictures of him, and from from when she met Chi-Chi, when I had Pan meet Chi-Chi in his reality, the Chi-Chi, the granddaughter she never knew she had, and she was told all about how brave Gohan was from her mother, Videl, who became a pretty powerful fighter in her own right in this reality, always including herself in training sessions with Trunks and her daughter. She got as powerful as, at least in terms of, human potential goes. And well, with them in the past and Trunks filling in Gohan, who she is, well, it's quite a surprise. And, they sit down to dinner just like they do in the original, and Pan getting to see her other grandparent, Mr. Satan, who's more or less playing his silly games with her. He and Gohan in his great Saiyaman outfit playing silly games with the infant Pan. And well, there is quite some sweet, funny moments in that dinner. Videl going, "So Pan, what do you think about your younger mother?" To be honest, Mom, you don't look much different now than you are in the future. Huh. Did you hear that, Gohan? I'm going to look like this for another 20 years. And basically, you got little Pan who flies up to her future self, and she's just sort of staring at her. Future Pan's just going, hello, Pan. And suddenly Pan just sort of pulls her hair and pulls Future Pan's hair and starts laughing. Pan, that is very rude. Don't worry about it. I was just like that at her age. And well, with that, more or less, and Gohan realizing that both of them are actually here this time, Gohan's actually a bit more inquisitive to why they're here, sort of thing, and really, Trunks didn't really want to say anything, but really being asked directly like this, he did sort of fill him in what was going on, and Gohan basically insists that, they should let him help. And, well, Pan's not really sure but that this is really a good idea. What if Gohan ends up getting killed or something like that? But Videl's just like, it's okay. We're your parents. It's our job to help you. Gohan, help our daughter. And so with that, they more or less go back to their time after Bruce explaining, nothing to worry about. I already gone there. I took care of Zamasu. He shouldn't exist in any other timeline. And well, of course, they do end up going back to the future to find that the place is still a wreck, a mess, and yes, Goku Black is still around, along with an immortal Zamasu. And yeah, even with the assistance of Gohan, they can't really do that much against this deadly enemy, and it's now gone to the point where they've got to go back once again, regroup and come up with a strategy now, not just to deal with Goku Black, but now they've got to get rid of this immortal Zamasu, and this is where Goku comes up with the idea to use the evil containment wave. And Gohan actually decides it's probably a good idea to tag along with his father while he more or less learns that. Vegeta running off on his own to train in the Room of Spirit and Time. Of course, being warned by Popo that if he breaks it again, he's not allowed back in there. And, Pan and Trunks are still back in their timeline at the moment, just like they would have been in the original. And, Bulma having to, do a quick repair job on the Time Machine. And, with that and Goku learning the Mafu Bar, they're pretty much ready to go. And since Gohan actually witnessed the Mafu Bar, he pretty much knows how to do it as well. And because Gohan is with him, they don't actually forget the ceiling tag this time. And thanks to that, we get a all-out battle between Goku Black and Zamasu against the others, Gohan being cleverly sneaky and luring Zamasu away, mortals, people to kill. Yeah, why not? Immortal Zamasu can take care of that while Goku Black deals with Goku and Vegeta. And this is where Gohan uses the Mafu Bar on Zamasu and seals him away, this time successfully, because unlike his father, Gohan does not forget the ceiling tag. So that's Zamasu out of the way. Now it's just Goku Black fighting all alone. And this is where the Supreme Kai from Universe 9, I think it's Universe 9, appears and hands Goku and Vegeta the Potara earrings, and Goku Black being, the powerful force that he more or less is, they do decide to use the Potara earrings, and they give Goku Black a thrashing he'll never forget. And they ultimately manage to damage him pretty badly. However, they don't quite finish him off in time before they defuse. And Goku Black still having some fight left in him. He things are beginning to turn back in Goku Black's favor. He's just got to beat them and then undo the ceiling. He could release Immortal Zamasu. But no, that's not going to happen, because Pan and Trunks have arrived, and that whole cool increase of power that happens within Trunks, and all that power from all the other crying life forms on the planet powering up Trunks' sword like it does, and also powering up Pan as well, the duo destroy Goku Black. And this is actually good in this case, because Goku didn't have to resort to hitting that button and bringing Grand Zeno into this. So with that, the whole matter with Goku Black is finished and gone, and the mortals are all celebrating, and Everyone is treated to a grand feast, and that's definitely to Goku's liking. After all, Bulma was smart to bring along the dino caps full of all that yummy cuisine food. Why not? And well, there'd be a lot of work to do, and well, this is where Bulma has this other plan. So she gets back in the time machine, and a bit of begging and pleading with Beerus if they could just do one more thing for this universe. Beerus just going, why not? We've already broken all the other rules. Why not? And Bulma comes back with a set of Dragon Balls. Their set of Dragon Balls, by the way, the main timeline set of Dragon Balls. And they summon Shenron and asks them if they could repair the Earth, basically restore it to the way it was before Goku Black showed up, and possibly bring back all those who were killed by Goku Black. Of course, the Dragon couldn't bring back everybody, but he did manage to bring back everybody who was killed within that year, including future Bulma. And just like that, everyone is celebrating and all happy. And pretty much this is where our heroes from the main timeline, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Bulma, all board the time machine one final time, and go back to their time. And pretty much on arrival, Beerus pretty much destroys the time machine. That'll be enough meddling, I think. I don't want to hear any more time travel in the future, you got it? Or you will suffer my wrath. And with that pretty much concludes the story with Beerus and Whis having a big pig out and everyone celebrating in their timeline as well. And that's pretty much where this story concludes. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this 3-parter What If? I certainly had a lot of fun making it, and I did get to introduce Pan, almost a... I always didn't mind Dragon Ball GT Pan, to be honest, so it was good to do a story that included a version of her, similar to that era. If that makes any sense. But as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave your comments in the leave your comments and thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you haven't already, and I'll be back again next time for some more Dragon Ball What If. Catch you later. See yous.